Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. I haven't been around for a week because I've had this cold, this chest infection. I think it's on the mend. I've been to the doctors and I got some medication. Hopefully it'll start to clear up, but it's been rough. Christmas Day I was in bed all day. But anyway, back on the scene, and I just want to talk about a few things. There's a lot of this. There's a lot of talk about Mark Thornton and stuff like that, about dying and his young child and his wife, which is, yeah, your condolences to all. But, you know, it happens to us all. And it doesn't matter where we are. It happens to us all. That's one sure thing. Um, and, you know, I've been watching a few channels and they were saying, well, I hope his wife's sorted and his child sorted and things like this. Yeah, I hope so too. But that's life, guys. That's life, We certainly aren't around here forever. That's for sure. Anyway, what did you guys do for Christmas? Did you have a good time? I wish I could say I did, but I didn't. I had a terrible sickly time, actually, and I'm still not over it now. The fever's gone, but I'm left with this head cold and chest. But that's just minor. It's only minor. I'm sure I'll be all right for the new year. I'm sure I'll be okay for then. I haven't even been out on the bike or anything. I haven't been anywhere, to be honest with you. But anyway, getting back to foreigners being here in the Philippines and dying in the Philippines. There was a gentleman up here. I think he was an American. Well, yes, he was an American guy. And I saw him a couple of times. And he lived in this barangay where I am. Anyway, he died. And he had a lot of credit. He must have gotten it through his wife because he was married and he was a resident. And she was still claiming his pension. She was drawing his pension out every month. Now I wonder how much that actually happens here. When the foreigner dies and he's on the pension, how much of it goes on where the wife or the girlfriend or the people that they're with continue going to the ATM machine every month and drawing out the pension? Now I know you have to do a proof of life here for the foreigners. I don't know how long you have to be here before they do a proof of life. Is it 1 year, 2 years? I don't know. But the barangay captain, he said something to me about it. I said, well, I don't know what happens. He said, well, should the captain, notify the embassy? I said, it's nothing to do with you. I said, just, I'd keep out of it. But he didn't know if it was his responsibility, and he should know because he was the barangay captain. He's not the captain no more, but he was at that time. He didn't know if he had to notify the embassy or notify somebody or other. I don't know either. But yeah, so I think it's stopped now. I think because it was, how long ago was that? I think it was a year ago maybe. But yeah, they were all singing and dancing and having a merry time on his pension after he was dead and gone. They were drawing it out every month. And of course, and from what I can gather, they were going through a bit of a bad time anyway, and I think they were living separate lives in the house. Because he was a drinker, he was always drinking, and they had many arguments apparently. I did meet him a few times. The last time I saw him was here in the barangay, and we were getting our booster shot for the COVID-19, and he was down there. I saw him then, but that was the last time I saw him alive. But I just wondering how many times this goes on, or how much when the foreigner dies does the wife, the girlfriend, like I said, continue drawing the pension. I bet it does go on a lot. I bet it really does. Um, what would happen if they got caught? I'm sure it's a fraudulent activity. I'm sure it's fraud because he's not entitled to have it because he's not there. He's dead. But I don't know what happens about that. Um, Mark Thornton, I don't know if he left anything behind for his wife and his child. To be honest, it's nothing to do with me. It's nothing to do with anybody apart from the people who are involved. In his family, his close family. Was she? I don't even know if he was getting a pension. He did contact me once, and he asked if I would want to do an interview with him, but I declined. Uh, it's not for me to be interviewed by an expat vlogging. I wasn't interested in it. But he did actually send me a message, and he asked me if I would want to join him on his live, but I didn't. And it wasn't that long ago. I'm just, I'm not into that. I'm more of a loner. I'm more of a, I don't get involved in expats and things. I don't really, there's an expat community here in Dipolog, and they on the seafront, I think 2 or 3 times a week in the mornings, but it's not for me. The way that I see it is if I wanted to get involved in that scene, then I wouldn't have left the UK. Because from what I can see, is they always moaning and complaining anyway about different things. Not for me. I'm kind of in the wilderness here uh, with real people, I suppose, with real Filipino people. This is how it is. And for all what's said and done, the people here, they haven't got a lot of money. But for all what's said and done, their Christmas Eve here, because at Christmas Eve I tried to stay up as long as I could. I didn't make 12 o'clock because I was sick. I went to bed. But they had lechon. All I could hear was pigs squealing all day. Pigs squealing all day where they were killing the pigs. That's what they do. I'm used to it now. When I first came here and heard them, or how they were killing the pigs, oh, I was kind of shocked. But I can't come here, or any foreigner could, can't come here and say, you shouldn't do it like that, you've got to do it like this, why don't you do it this way, why don't you do it that way? It's not for us to say. Like you say, we are simply guests in the country. Even with permanent residences, we are still guests, And that visa, it's not a given, It is a privilege. So, who are we to say anything? But, I don't like to hear it. And the pigs must know because they're quite intelligent animals. So, they must know what's happening. Because it's not like a out the pen and death straight away. They taken out the pen, they dragged to where they're going to be killed by 4 or 5 people. And then they just stick the knife in and let them bleed out and the pig's squealing all the time. I know it's normal. Yeah, it's normal. And what goes on in abattoirs, in slaughterhouses in the UK, just because they say they put the bolt in the head and riddle the spine with the cows, so they can't feel anything. It's more humane, I suppose. But I didn't have any pork this Christmas at all. I bought some. I bought pork. I bought chicken. I didn't eat any of it. Then my wife did because I wasn't feeling up to eating anything. I'm hoping I'll be better for New Year. I'm hoping I'm going to be better for New Year because I'd like a little drink on New Year's Eve. I like a drink on Christmas Eve, but I couldn't. Just didn't feel up to it. Anyway, getting back to these pensions, I mean, if I was getting a pension and I did die, I would say to my wife anyway, look, when I'm dead and gone, you keep drawing this out till they stop it. You keep drawing it out. Because I think with the British pension, my wife would have to go into the UK and live in the UK for a number of years before she would get a widow's pension from me, I think. I think that's how it works. I'm not quite sure. I don't know, but we will have something set up, by then for my wife anyway when I'm gone. Hopefully not for a long time yet, though. Mind you, the way I felt a few days ago, could COVID-19, it could be. I don't know. Just seems awfully. I had the fever for 3 days, and the chest was bad. Still is bad, and the coughing. Now, normally when I've had a cold or a flu, I don't cough like that. But this time I've been coughing especially hard. It's going away now. But anyway, that's just a video of hearing nothing, really. It's much of nothing, but I just thought I'd show my face on YouTube because I haven't been on here for a while, guys. And a couple of people have said, have you stopped your YouTube? Oh, I just haven't been feeling very well. But let me know what you would do if you're an expat. I mean, if you was to pass away, would you mind your wife or girlfriend, continuing to draw your pension out after you're dead and gone? I wouldn't mind. Nothing to do with me, as long as she didn't get herself in trouble. But as I say, I've got another 10 years left yet. If there is a pension in the UK in 10 years, who knows? The 3 puppies are getting big, guys. They are grown very, very quickly. They all gone, actually. The guy down here is having one, and the other 2, I think, is going further up the road there. But I said to my wife, make sure that the person who's going to have them will be taken care of. I'll get them injected first, because I know they won't. I'll get them injected for rabies and parvo, the first set of injections, and I'll worm them. So when they leave here, they are all up to date. But I'm sure they won't keep it up to date here. But it's just for my peace of mind. And yes, I would love to keep all of them, but it's not a sanctuary here. The dogs that we have, it was a rescue, not a rescue dog, but it was a dog that was very, very skinny, and it belonged to the people up the road. And he kept coming down here. It was a girl dog, and she was in season, and I couldn't chase it away. I fed it, and of course, you feed a dog, it'll keep coming back. And anyway, she ended up staying here. She had the puppies, the first litter, and that's how we have Jackie, because he was one of the puppies from the first litter. And all of these ones here are girl dogs. You certainly don't want a girl dog. No way. So they've all gone, I believe. Maybe in the next 2 weeks, I suppose. But as I say, I'll get them. Vaccine first. Then it's up to them. But hey, guys, that's it anyway. I hope you had a happy Christmas, and if I don't see you before, have a fantastic New Year and enjoy it. Let's hope it's going to be a healthy New Year and a prosperous New Year for us all. Let's just hope and pray. Thank you, guys. Take good care wherever you are. Thank you for dropping by.